Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to Spirit Medium, Laura Mediumship and Messages. Here you can enjoy healing to happiness with exceptional, evidential and ethical spirit communications. Spirit Medium Laura has been channeling spirit for over 30 years. She is a research medium and is featured as a top 100 psychic in America. Here is Spirit Medium Laura now.
Hi, everybody. This is Laura. Welcome to the show on this beautiful day today, August 3rd, 2016. As usual, I will be spending the first 15 minutes or so providing group messages of various sorts. The second 15 minutes of the show, I will be doing Otherside connections for those that have called into the queue, and thank you, by the way, for calling in if you have. And then for the remaining 30 minutes, I will do a mix of Otherside connections, meaning mediumship, life readings, which is a form of mediumship as I work with your guides or spiritual beings in the spirit world. And then the last aspect would be probably healing, but there's a myriad of other things underneath all of those, like, for example, mentoring, spiritual coaching, manifesting and metaphysics, and also medical intuition. So there's a number of things that Spirit has guided me to do and enriched my particular life with. And that kind of leads me to the next idea, which is who are we and why have we come to Earth? Each of us has our own purpose, which I believe the guides will be talking about, and I will be foreshadowing in the focus subject, and then the guides will probably be channeling about that. They told me they would, but to be honest with you, part of the gift and the beauty of channeling is that the channeler, myself, doesn't really know what's going to happen. But I did a little pre-screening and called in the ones, and that's what they said they would talk about. To get readings, call 347-945-5849. That's 347-945-5849. And everything I'm saying is on a website called spiritmediumtv.com. That's spiritmediumtv.com. And there are things that you can get on that website. One is a sale. How to get a private session at a discounted rate. That's item 1 on spiritmediumtv.com. How to be in to win a private session with me is described at item 2 on spiritmediumtv.com. But since we're on the subject, all you need to do is join the mailing list, which can be done by filling in the form on the upper right portion of spiritmediumtv.com's page. Also, if you'd like to jump the queue, we have the 8 No Wait. That's item 3 on spiritmediumtv.com describes the 8 No Wait. If you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, donate 8 and jump the gate. Also, to get certified as a soul psychic healer, that's my brand, if you will, and it's 4 courses. First being alignment with your own intuition, which is your soul. The second one, allowing spirit to speak through you as in channeling. The third course is clairvoyance or seeing spirit. And then the fourth course is mediumship, which pulls all of that together. Now, the little surprise that's on spiritmediumtv.com is that you can actually watch me live. I have a live video feed of me doing the show there. So if you're curious or if you relate better, if you can view something, there I am at the bottom of spiritmediumtv.com. You do have to press play on the YouTube video to see it happening live. I forgot to mention that I did produce a winner for July. Diane Selesky won, and I've contacted her. And I want to say congratulations, Diane. Again, if you would like to be in to win a private session with me, all you need to do is join the mailing list, which is done on the upper right portion of the screen, spiritmediumtv.com. Blip, blip, blip. Oh, a nice little testimonial. Michaela Quinn, please forgive me if I'm saying the name wrong. Mike Michaela, I believe would be the right way, Michaela Quinn, says of me and a mediumship reading that she had with me, thank you so much for the beautiful reading and reaching to someone so dear to my heart on the other side. I feel so much better, and knowing what I have been doing here on earth is helping Kerry on the other side, meaning all my prayers and the special candle that I light for him every night. I am so grateful to learn that the heavens have heard my prayers, that I've prayed for over 23 years, and how they've impacted him in a positive way. I will always love him, and I'm so glad to know he knows that now. You have truly been a blessing to me, Laura. Thank you so very much for all you do. And I have to say to Michaela, thank you for saying this. It's always nice to get positive feedback. Um, Always wonderful to get positive feedback. As a matter of fact, I was talking to somebody waiting in the queue who was saying something, but she likes reading my newsletter. And that's, by the way, Genevieve's is music to my ears. Thank you. So the focus subject for today is reflected in an article under recent posts. If you go to spiritmediumtv.com, it's a page on my website. This is a blog. And on the right, under recent posts, is a post about self-healing. Recently worked with an individual client, an interesting young man who seemed to be very frustrated with his own health and had gone to all sorts of lengths to clear himself of fibromyalgia, irritable bowel syndrome, and I forgot what the third thing was, but he had a lot of different health issues. And he'd gone to many different healers. I'm going to pull up the article so I could see it myself because I have it written there because I can't remember it all. There's so many things. He's tried working with belief systems, positive language, emotional freedom technique, numerology, ask and receive, Psy-K, soul contracts, trapped emotions, trauma release, shamanic methods, diet changes, intuitive development, etc. You name it, I've tried it. And I have to agree with him. That's a lot of stuff. Now, he wanted me to do something which I knew I could do, which is put him in contact with his guides. Actually, he was so frustrated after all of these things he tried, still no healing. First thing his guides say through me to him is, you have a problem in a relationship in your family. I'm going to leave little details out, not that you would know who he is, but just for his own privacy, I'm going to further cloak the description of the event. But he had a relationship in his family with one of his parents, which was extremely toxic to him. Again, me as the medium, I didn't know that. His guides start this conversation with him because they know him intimately. And go into the explanation from an Akashic record perspective, i.e. what the soul contracts are, what the past life was, what he needed to do here in this lifetime was to define his identity against a toxic and caustic influence, i.e. the parental figure that kept challenging him, telling him basically that they didn't agree and was challenging him and his identity, his sense of self. That's what all the healing was about. When he could finally create an opinion of self, an expression of self that was above and beyond the toxic one being given to him by his parental figure, he would begin his healing. He was also told to surrender because, ironically, and this is the way spirit works, the clients that come to me usually are coming to me through the synchronicity of need. As things are revealed to me, those items are attracting in the clients that need that information. So one thing that I've learned recently, or was revealed to me recently, is the whole idea of surrender, especially if you're ill, physically ill. So he was told during his session to surrender, what that meant, letting go, letting God, using prayer, as much as he could hear it, but basically he didn't want to hear it, and was expecting that someone would do it for him. Anybody who's studied spiritual healing and anybody who's gone to a an MD, a medical doctor, would know. We're practicing. We cannot guarantee, because the healing really happens by the person who needs the healing, the person who's ill. I didn't put this in the article, but there's an interesting book by Anita Morjani. It's called Dying, D-Y-I-N-G, to Be Me. And in that book, she has a near-death experience from cancer, arrives at the hospital, and she thought this would have been her last trip in and never to check out again, as her body was riddled with grapefruit-sized tumors throughout her body. And as she lapsed into a coma, she went into the spirit world. And she met with her guides, who gave her choice to heal or not to heal. And either choice would be just fine by them, and explained to her that it was her choice. And that whatever she chose would be fine. If she chose to go back to Earth, she would be healed, no matter what modality she used. I'm going to say that again. She would be healed, no matter what modality she used. As you would think, that sort of unhinges the cause and effect of healing modality results. It has a lot to do with decision. And even in my own life, I had this experience of late, as this whole thing of surrender came as I was needing a crisis in healing. I contracted a viral infection, a flu. Usually, flus are upper respiratory infections. That's my weak point. And I had 3 relapses. By the third one, which was the worst of the 3, I started to think, what the heck? And I started to get a very negative attitude about everything. This virus wasn't only affecting my physical being, but also my emotional outlook, and became very limited in my thinking and very negative. By the way, that's an aspect of depression, and those that commit suicide in particular, is when we become very negative and rigid in our thinking. We go down a spiral downward. So the first step out of that is the following. Very negative, I'm ill, don't know how to get better, and very anxious about this. That night I go to sleep. At 3 a.m. I'm awakened with this loud voice pounding in my head, surrender! And I'm like, huh? What do you mean surrender? And all this stuff channels through me. Now, mind you, I am kind of strange, okay? I do talk to spirit, but it rarely pops in unless I ask for it. As I had some incidents in younger years where I didn't want to hear it, and I was able to create a portal or a request. So in any event, it comes in, surrender, the word surrender, and all this idea about what surrender means. It took a few more weeks before I quite understood it, and that all the questions I had were filled in. And it's as basic as you can get. Basically, it is let go, let God, stop struggling with everything. So whatever you're holding on your back, let it go. Okay? And then ask. The old adage, ask and ye shall receive. Well, Spirit will not help you. Your guide, your angels, God will not help you till you ask. Because the act of asking is an evolution. It's showing that you're growing, that you're understanding there's a power bigger than yourself. And that you're willing now to work with that power. You're acknowledging source, God, spirit. So as I asked for my own healing, I was led forward. And I realized that my attitude, in effect, was creating the crisis. I tried to explain to this beautiful young man. I don't know if I really got through to him, although his session was recorded, and perhaps listening to it at a further date, he might have some personal breakthroughs. I certainly hope he does. But anything that we're in, we've created. And I know that's a harsh reality, but for some reason or other, we've chosen to experience what we're experiencing for the underpinning or the underlying value of growth, of spiritual growth. And when we get what that is, what our particular choices were, we can see where we made those choices, and then start to reverse it through positive self-dialogue and positive higher dialogue, if you will. we start to reverse and we start to heal. So that would be my focus subject for today, and I am going to now lead us into a meditation to a channeled message. It won't be that long. It looks like we'll be starting the other side connections in about 5 more minutes. Okay, so everybody listening, either in the reading queue or outside, if you would please participate by sitting back in your respective chairs and starting to breathe abdominally. So starting to breathe abdominally in and out, and also uncrossing your arms and legs. So you're in an open body position, breathing in deeply and relaxing on exhale deeply. Those that are wanting an other side connection, if you would please ask your relatives or your loved ones or whoever it is to come in and join us. Have them sit down with you, have a biscuit, cup of tea, whatever it is you'd like to do with them. Those of you who are wanting a life question be answered, please ask Spirit now that your questions be answered and that you receive the healing needed. And that goes for those who are needing healing. As you do that, I will go off and do the prayer. I will be back in a second. And now what I need you all to do on your next exhale of breath, if you would release into your space your energy, I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay, beautiful. There's a lot of light blue around the audience today. Light blue is a spiritual color of healing, a spiritual color of peace, and also of communications. So today, the audience seems calm. That's good. All right, let's see what the ones want to say. 1 second, please. We are here. We are the ones. We have come in to show you all something new about yourselves. Each of you is very, very involved with your own lives. Each of you needs help and guidance. And we all do. Even those in the spirit world look to advice from others. It is important that we each understand ourselves greatly so that we can move along the evolutionary path, so that we can move from healing to happiness. So each of you needs to have guidance of your soul, yourself, who you are, and where you are going. The most important question today, which we would like to address, is purpose. Your life purpose, your soul's purpose, who you are, truly are at a deep integral level. Many of you ask, how do I know my purpose? And we would like to say to you, it is not a matter of knowing your life purpose as if it is something outside yourself. It is more a matter of being yourself, fully authentic and transparent to the authentic center of who you are, every day, in every way, in every moment possible. The way you do that is by listening to your heart, listening to how you feel. If you are upset, you need to be silent and quiet. You need to hear yourself, and you need to address what you need in every way. So if you are not achieving what you want in life, if you are not getting what you want in life, it is because you are off your path and you are not hearing yourself and you are not being your authentic self. We know this sounds simplistic. However, activating this and doing this is not quite as direct as we would like it to be. What you need to do is to be silent when you are upset, to be meditative when you would like to take action, to be quiet, and to be listening. When you listen and you allow your inner voice to appeal to self, when you allow your inner voice to express to self, you will find that your life will take on the stuff of magic, the miracles will abound, and you will be led and guided on your purpose. Your purpose is not something abstract, as in a script. It is something that you create every day through your actions, through your attitude, and through your openness to be who you are. Namaste. All right, that sounded very nice. I'm going to go to the first person who's called in for an other side connection, and that would be Evelyn. Hi, Evelyn. How are you, sweetheart?
Hello.
Hi, love. Where's 559, honey? Where's that? Where's that
It's
location?
in California.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, it's interesting. It's funny, I get a lot more people from California when I have the show earlier in the day. That's an interesting thing, I guess, because the other show I do is at, let's see, 7 here, 4 p.m. I guess it's a busy time of day for everybody. You've gotten busy. All right, so let's go to you, Evelyn, and who's in spirit for you, love? Evelyn, mother. Okay. Kind of feeling a mother figure for you, sweetheart. May I develop that, please?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. A loving person, a loving soul sits here for you. She's a kind person. She seems to appear to me, she appears to me with hair that is a little bit shorter than shoulder length, and a little bit layered. She's, I'm just seeing a brush of that right at the moment, love. I see her, okay, hold on. Ordinary figure and physique. She doesn't go in. She says, I'm an ordinary person with an ordinary heart, but a hardworking person, basic personality, basic attitude, and basic kind of hardworking individual. My whole life, I got my hands dirty versus stepping up the ladder. I worked hard my whole life. There seems to be a number of children under her. She doesn't have just one child. She gives me number 4, and when I get a very specific number like that, I always deliver it, but let's also be at the same time a little bit loose about that. But I see her as hardworking, basic, ordinary, she says, a very, very hardworking person. She shows me her face, but I'm not getting it so clearly. All I can see is high cheekbones, a straight nose, developed brow, good looking woman, and again worked hard her whole life. I have a feeling that she passes from cancer. Now, do you understand this for anyone, honey? Have I given you enough information, please?
I think you've given me enough information. I'm assuming it's my grandmother. However, she had more than 4 kids, but everything else sounds like my grandma.
Okay.
A maternal grandmother.
Yeah, when she gave me number 4, I was thinking to myself, by the feeling I was getting, she had a lot more than 4 children. Very hardworking. Also, she adds, and I didn't complain a lot. I was very quiet about my issues. Oh, and she says her soul contract. In other words, what she came into Earth to do. She says she felt at times her life was a mess with work. She says, however, she wants you to know that even though at times she felt it was out of control, what was going on in her life, she always knew that God was around her to help, and that nothing she was given was too much to do. She gives me the feeling of green eyes. So either she has the green eyes or you have the green eyes, but there's something about green eyes. Does that make any sense to you, please? Green eyes.
Her husband did, my grandfather did, but not her.
Not her? Okay. And also I see the hair before it goes white. Well, I don't even know if it really went that white, because I also have a feeling she's going to spirit a little earlier than most people do. But I see the underlying or the basic color is like a brown. There is some white in it. There's also like a little bit of a reddish kind of auburnish highlight, and there's a lot of body and wave to her hair. Now, do you understand that for Grandma's hair color, please?
Yes, it was brown.
Okay. All right. She loves you very much. She dies earlier than her time, she says. There's a lot of coughing and problems with her breathing and her lungs. Do you understand that, please?
I'm not sure. I was not there when she passed.
Okay.
But I know she did suffer.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm not saying she suffered, although I'm assuming she did. But my job as the medium is not to interpret, but simply deliver. So what she's telling me is something maybe you would be able to confirm later on, is a lot of coughing and lung issues. I also feel that she did smoke cigarettes at some point in her life. Do you understand that, please?
Yes, she did.
All right. So there's a lung problem with that. You say usually they'll put the two together for me as the medium. She says that's the thing that took its toll on her health. And as I mentioned, she had cancer. I don't know if you heard me before, but I'll say she had cancer. And this takes a toll on her. Yes, you know that. Okay, good. And she gets very thin at the end. She's showing me herself wasting away. She wasn't ready to go when she went. I see a lot of pain in her body, a lot of pain in the muscles and the joints and everything. She's very frail towards the end of her life. She says, though, she got very good care from her family. They looked after her. People in the family helped her, putting her to doctors and getting treatment. She says, but to no avail. It wasn't really helpful. And I believe that she even smoked towards the end. I don't know if you know that or not, but she's actually showing me herself kind of getting treatment in a hospital setting or in some setting where she's actually showing me she's still kind of sneaking a cigarette here or there. I don't know if you know that or not. Do you know that, honey?
My mom said she stopped smoking, but maybe she wanted everyone to believe that. I mean, it's quite possible.
Okay. Yeah, she's like that and showing me that. She says, look after yourself and your family. She says, I love you very much. I'm sorry that I didn't see you grow up like I would have liked. She said, but know that I have watched you from spirit world. She says, God is real, Evelyn. Don't listen to anyone that would challenge you on that subject. God is very, very real. And he lives here with me, or I am here with him. Another way to say that. I feel God every day and every way in the spirit world. On earth, it's easy to forget or transgress. Need that kind of guidance right now, Evelyn. Oh my goodness. She says you feel very lost and alone. She says she wants to be there for you, to help you, and to let you understand you're not alone, that she knows what you're going through, and that God is real. So pray to him. Pray to God, and you will find that everything will come together the way you're needing it. It feels to me like it's a money issue or something like that, Evelyn. I'm sorry for getting emotional, but all of a sudden I got emotional. I hope that message makes sense to you, please. Does it?
It does. I mean, yeah. I've always known that God is real, and I definitely have great belief in him.
Okay.
Amazing. So,
All right. Well,
I think she's enforcing what I would allow.
all right. And she says something about you having some kind of monetary thing, like trying to put money together for something right now, to make a big change in your life. Did you hear her say that, love?
Yeah, I think I want to move. I'm not sure what I want to do, so.
All right. Well, she says,
sure.
oh, she's not sure. Okay. So she that's what she means. You feel very lost and alone right now, and that you're trying to scrape together some money to make a big change in your life. She says it will come to you, but she says you're not praying, even though you say you know the presence of God, you're not asking. So, and that was kind of like my message earlier. We have to ask also. So ask for help, Evelyn. Ask for help from the higher realms, and it will be granted to you right away, is what Grandma's saying. Okay, my dear?
That's awesome.
Okay.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome,
Thank
honey.
you so much. Appreciate everything you do.
Thank you, love. Appreciate you too. Bye-bye, honey. Okay, going to Genevieve. Genevieve, hello.
Yes, hello, I'm here.
Yes, sweetheart. What a beautiful...
Hello? Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'm here too.
I'm on speakerphone. Should I take it off?
So far, it's so good. If you need to, I'll let you know, but so far, so good. Are there other people in the room with... Are there other people in the room with you? Is that why you just, it's more easy. It's easier for you. Okay. All right. So, Genevieve, let me just see who is here for you. Loving person from the spirit world comes in to say hello. Looks older than you, female, wears her hair in this particular vision as close to the head, shorter, very short hair. Just closer to the head. A lot of wave to it, but it closer to the head, if you will. She's a very kind person, loving person, old-fashioned in many of her ways. Does like to take care of the family. For a long time, she does so before she transitions to the world of spirit. This could be a grandma, or it could be a mom, or it could be an aunt, or something like that. Somebody like that, a mother figure is what I see here. Actually, this particular person showed me her hair really cropped short close to her head, and then she showed me a little bit longer, as if she might have been wearing a wig over it, or that she just had a different hairstyles during her life. Very calm personality, also a quiet type, not one to make a lot of problems or complain a lot. She looks to me, and I might have two people with me, so bear with me for a moment, because the first one and the second one seem a little different. The second one's the one wearing the wig or has longer hair, a little bit longer. Dark hair, darker skin, nice features, high cheekbones, but not real tight the skin because she's aged, and so there's a little bit of softness. The skin and the flesh and everything a little bit softer, wider nose, high cheekbones, full lips, kind, loving person. The eyes are extremely kind, but she gives me this feeling of reticent, quiet personality, kind of passive or not complaining a lot, not asking people for a lot of things. She also gives me the impression that there's a male under her, as if she had a son or you have a brother, but there's a male down the family. Or you might even have the son yourself. I don't really know. She says something very interesting. One second, please, love. She washed her hands a lot with love for the family. What do you mean by that? I'm asking her. I washed my hands a lot. I didn't get involved. She says when she saw crisis or calamity, she just used to keep herself out of it. She's kind of interesting because I see her around things like arguments, things like that, and she wouldn't say anything. She always kept her mouth quiet and shut. She also gives me the idea, are you from California, love? Where are you located?
Yes, I am.
Okay. This doesn't...
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. She gives me the impression that she's more in the mid-section of the country, and that she does get winters. There's winters as well. She's not in a year-round warmer climate. She's in a place where it's like a Midwest thing. This is what I'm getting a feeling of. Like there's winters and that kind of thing. Okay, so from all the things I'm saying, do you understand this? Do you understand this person?
I understand the first one more as my grandmother who raised me, the one with the short hair, close to the head, very quiet. The second one, I do have relatives in the Midwest. It was Kansas and Michigan that I was not really close to.
Okay.
So I really can't connect much with the Midwest one.
Okay, well, it's the first one and the second one could be the same person, and maybe she's just alluding to relatives somewhere else. Because did your grandma have a quiet personality?
Very. And yes, she was in Oklahoma for a while before she moved to Los Angeles. That's not really, I don't know if that's Midwest. But my grandmother, yes, a very quiet, strong person.
All right, I think it's all your grandma we have here. And she also, this is very distinctive, she says that she kept her, she washed her hands clean of the family matters. In other words, she didn't get involved with arguments, things like that. She's kind of cute, because she gives this impression of arsenic and old lace. Like she's sitting on the sidelines watching an argument and she doesn't say anything. So you might remember that about grandmas.
You're right. There were a lot of arguments. We stayed out of them because there were five sons, 2 daughters, so there was plenty of arguments.
Okay, yeah, all right, good. So she's keeping her mouth closed at the right time, and even when she has a chance to talk, she doesn't say much. She's a quiet personality, but there's more to this. Let me just tune in again, please, Genevieve. So Grandma's here. She says, I love you very much. Okay, Grandma, before you go into that, I just want to find out 1 or 2 more things, love, about you and your health. Okay. She says she transitioned to spirit easily and simply. No fuss, no muss. Here one day, gone the next in her sleep. She didn't really have anything wrong with her that they could really figure out. It was more just like a simple transition from age or something related to that. Now, would you understand that, please, Genevieve?
Yes, she passed quietly in her early 90s.
Okay,
so she was asleep.
She was asleep. Okay, so she slips through the fingers into the across the veil into the spirit world. She loves it very well, very nice. Okay, hold on. She loves it very much where she is. She gets a lot of things done here in the spirit world. She says, believe it or not, we do things in the spirit world that I couldn't do on earth. So she's doing things in the spirit world that she could not do on earth. And one of them is she's in a library studying. She's getting education, higher education. She's learning from books. She says that was something she didn't have a lot of chance to do on earth. And now that she's in spirit world, she's learning a lot from books and she's enjoying every moment of it. And she says by the way, I had a very caustic wit when I was on Earth. I just didn't exercise it a lot. And I don't know why she's saying that, Genevieve. We're going to find out in a moment because the real grandma's showing now, okay? She says, yeah, okay. She says, yes, I kept my mouth shut a lot, she says, but I was always on the sidelines laughing to myself about what was really going on. She says, okay, it's almost as if well, not almost, she's actually showing me and you together when you're young and you're having a little snicker or a little laugh about things, like as if both of you got, little jokes together, things like that. Would you understand that, please?
Yes, I was her favorite granddaughter, and we had no secrets.
Because, like, let's say that somebody in the family's fighting with somebody else, and Grandma would look at you and laugh a little bit, like, "Look what's going on," and you would laugh back. So it was kind of like your own little secret little thing there. So she loves you very much. She says, "All right, thank you." She says she loves the fact that you've allowed her to come in today. She's like clapping her hands, jumping up and down. She says, please take care of yourself and your family for me. She says, all my love to everybody, especially your sister, who's giving you a hard time right now or out of control, something like that. Your sister. You have an older sister, honey?
No, I don't. But the only one that's giving me a hard time is my daughter, who's 51 years old.
Okay, is she the oldest child or the older sister in your family?
She's the second.
Okay. She's the second from the oldest. Okay. All right. Well, we'll leave that alone. All right. But she says she's giving you a hard time right now. She says, and I forgot what the rest of the message was. So take care of your family for me. She says, I love you very much and give everybody my love. That's what she was saying. Give everybody my love, especially that one that's giving you a hard time. Something about that daughter that's giving you a hard time needs to know, okay, this is why. Needs to know that everybody loves her. And the more she spits and fumes, the more she's loved. So in other words, if you tell her that you love her when she's upset, she'll calm down. She just needs to know people love her. I'm not asking you, Genevieve, to, what's the word for this, make her right or enable her. She says, I'm just letting you know that all that acting out is because she doesn't feel loved on some level. When she sees that she does not make people upset, but rather they simply say back to her, we love you, she will quiet down and become more cooperative. So, advice from Grandma, take it or leave it. I'm just the messenger. All right, sweetheart. Thank you. All right, love.
All right.
Thank you, love.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye. You too. Bye-bye. Thank you. All right. And so we've got a lot of people waiting here. I want to thank everybody for calling in. Kate, who needs a healing. Okay. Hello, Kate. How are you, sweetheart? You're needing a healing, huh?
Yes, thank you. I had one thing in mind, but then the message that you gave at the beginning made me change my question.
Okay.
I do meditation with like guided meditation, people speaking, and or listening to music, but I actually don't like silence. I'm not good about silence. I'm not good about just sitting and listening.
Okay.
So I'd like to ask the guides about what to clear anything for that to be happy with sitting in silence.
Excuse me. Yeah, let me bring in your guides, love. Kate and her guides. You're a very loving person, Kate. We love you very, very much. You do not need to be silent in meditation for meditation to work for you. What you need to do is have focus on objects or things that are of significant value to you when you are in the meditative process. For example, if you were to focus on the heart symbol, the heart symbol is a good one for you. For love is your divining principle. Love is important to you. If you see a heart or visualize a heart in your mind's eye, or look at a heart outside of yourself when you are meditating, you will end up with the focus needed to allow source light to come in and give you the messages that you desire. You are a higher being. You crave to be connected on a higher level. This is what your healing is. We understand this lifetime. You have many belief systems you are trying to overcome that get in the way of you being able to receive your messages. For one reason or other, you have chosen a life where others around you do not believe, and you are learning how now to believe, to connect, and to channel yourself. Uh, Not channel yourself, but to channel as a channeler. You are learning how to divine higher frequencies and messages from Source God as we are. We as your guides are helping you with this. And we are saying today that you can meditate and that you do meditate and that you will meditate, but you need to have the focal point, the focus point. And with that, your heart and soul will connect and you will be very, very centered. That is the only thing that you have not done that needs to be added into your modalities. You will find then, through that process, you will be able then to begin a clairaudient connection to higher power and source God. We are working with you on this. Now, do you understand that you are supposed to be leading others with this gift you have?
Yes.
Good, because we are here to confirm that for you and to give you the missing links. Namaste, namaste, namaste. You will do very well with this, Kate. We are your guides, and we love you, and we are helping you, and we are working with you. God bless. Thank you, Kate. Kate, I'm here.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. So is what you needed to hear? Is that an answer to what you're asking for, please?
Yes, definitely. I guess, you hear so many rules about meditating, what you should do, and so that's great. Whatever works for each person.
Yeah, and by the way,
Message.
oh, okay. Well, they didn't really say that. What they said was focus on a heart figure for you. But everybody that's right, the silence. Everybody that's listening. No, well, that's a misconstruing of meditation. Meditation is focus. It's not doing nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. No, you can't, because you're not set up to. We as humans are not set up. We're active beings. So your activity will be focus, and it will be on the heart, the heart icon, if you will, and that will there.
Yes, I haven't tried that, so I understood that.
All right.
I'm just saying, with other things involved, with music involved, or with silence involved, as well as focus.
You can use music as well.
People can adapt that.
Yeah, you can use whatever you want, but if the point here is what the guides are saying, not only to you, but every message is for everybody listening, is that one of the things people misunderstand about meditation is they think that they are supposed to. Right. There is an action in meditation. It's not inactive. It's focus. So everybody that meditates will be focusing on something. It could be a breath. It could be a feeling of hand on skin. It could be a light in the solar plexus, which is one I had recently in a Buddhist temple. They taught us that one, which was wild, I'll tell you that. But there's always a focus involved. So there you go, my dear. I'm glad that you received something of use to yourself.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Okay, I am going to go to Helen, who's been waiting a long time. Okay, Helen, may I just have your question, sweetheart? And not a lot of background, please. Just the question, darling.
Okay. Hi. I want to know where I will be starting my career as a television news reporter in the United States.
Oh, wow. Did you call in once before? Because I had somebody else ask me a similar question once. I don't think so. Right?
No.
Okay, cool.
No.
All right. I just love news lately. It is so outrageous, right? I admire those television reporters because it must be very exhausting. So back to you, Helen, area code 301. You're in New Jersey. That would be Maryland usually. Are you in Maryland?
Yeah.
Just doing that for vibration. Okay, good. Helen, 301.
Yeah.
Where you're going to start it close to home. It's not going to be that far away. This is so similar, honey, to what I said before to somebody else. So I don't know why. I'm trying not to be influenced by what I'm remembering. Hold on. Maybe it's just a deja vu. What's going on in the background there?
No, nothing. There's nothing going on there.
Okay. I hear a lot of noise. Focus to me, and we will see what the answer is. So what I get is probably not too far away from home. I feel that you have been looking at some local news stations, and that would work better for you than moving far away right now. The reason is get some experience under your belt at a local level. It's going to be very, very instructive and very inventive. I don't know what they mean by that, but instructive meaning that you'll get something under your belt that you really need right now. Okay. They're talking about having more control over the reporting process. This will give you more control over like getting to a level where you're actually getting more involved in content versus just being a bland reporter in the background. They want to see you get that kind of experience first before you move elsewhere, because when you go from the smaller pond with the higher level experience under your belt, like producing or deciding what gets to be newsworthy. It will aid you a lot when you enter into the bigger pond. Eventually, it looks like you will be moving more to the southwest area and that you would like it very much there. It's in alignment with your values, and also climate is better for you. But for now, they're recommending do something more local, get that higher level experience and more control over the newscasting process. And then with these levels from reporting through on up through deciding, those other kinds of things, you'll take that in your repertoire and it will serve you well elsewhere. I hope that answers your question, Helen.
That does. I'm not sure if they mean like Virginia or Western Maryland or Eastern Shore Maryland or.
I'm getting more like an Eastern, maybe in the Baltimore area. Where are you located now, honey?
I'm located in the DC area, so
Okay.
I'm kind of.
Yeah, well, I get more like east of where you are. Take it. These are just suggestions, okay? But what I'm hearing is you'd be scooped up very quickly. Let me just see if there's any other directions locally. You're in D.C. and Maryland. Oh, by the way, I used to live around there, so I know the area. Hold on. There's also a slight feel for Northern Virginia. Let me just go there. That would be southeast. So like Richmond. And I know these are very secondary markets, but think of the control you would have over the process there and the growth. So that I get of Baltimore, and I also get, or in that direction, could be also Chesapeake, and then down into, so what I get is east to southeast. That's what I'm getting, that whole quadrant there. So focus your efforts there. You'll be scooped up very quickly, and you'll be utilized very quickly. You're very attractive. You have a lot going for you. You're highly articulate, very smart, very bright, and you know what you're doing, and you'll be picked up very quickly. The highest level of energy now is coming from southeast towards the Richmond to Northern Virginia area from where you are. Okay, darling?
Yes, right. Thank you.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye. Okay. I'm going to go to, well, Susie B., I can get you after the show. I'm going to go, I try not to take Otherside connections later in the show, Dawn. So we're going to have to probably focus on somebody who's been waiting longer than you, and there is somebody here who has a life question. I'm going to Catherine. Catherine. Hello, sweetheart. How are you today? How are you today, darling?
I'm great.
Good. And your 347 area code. Where is that?
New York.
New York. Oh, 347 is New York. Oh, okay, good. I haven't lived in New York for a long while. Okay, sweetie. So just give me your question. Do not give me background.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of standing at the edge of the next chapter of my life.
Oh.
So I'm wondering if one direction is a relationship, and the other direction is like moving, starting over, starting fresh. And they're kind of intertwined.
Okay. What I get is you won't start over fresh. You will not be making the move to start over fresh. You're going to continue something you're doing now, however, in a new way. Now, I don't know what that means just yet, Catherine. Let me just see something. So to me, from what you just said to me, it doesn't seem like an either or. It seems like you're asking, will a relationship be included in your starting over? What are you asking? I'm confused.
I think that's kind of what I'm asking. Yeah, I'm closing out a house. As things would die, kind of hit a rough patch.
No, it won't end. It won't end. I feel that it's all going to continue the way. In other words, you'll have the relationship. It's not going to go away. Things will be worked out. The house is going to, you're closing on buying a house or selling a house, honey? Buying a house, right? Yeah, buying a house. Okay. All that is your future. You've already created it. It's in play and it will continue. And it's not an either or. It's inclusive of this relationship. I don't get it's going to disappear. I get it's going to continue. I feel you're going to like this new place you're moving into. It's really the vibrations there are right for you. It feels like farther east or Long Islandish or oceanish. Where are you moving to, honey?
No, I'm actually going north. I'm going up into Putnam County.
Okay, it just feels like a fresh.
I'm moving to the country.
Woo! Well, I like that for you. Yeah. Well, I feel it's like a breath of fresh air, you know. They were taking me to the Hamptons, but whatever, as you're going to Putnam County, that's good.
I'd like to go to the Hamptons.
Right? All right. Well, you're going to like it very much upstate, but the problem is, will this man follow you, I guess, since this is a move? And just give me his initials and I'll see. Hold on.
M.R.
No, he's not. Okay. Why do you say no, Spirit? He's not going to follow you, but the relationship will continue.
He's already there.
Oh, okay. That's why they're saying.
I'm not. It has nothing to do with him.
All right. Well, listen. No, listen, honey. They said he wouldn't follow you, so now I know why they said it, because he's already there. I asked the wrong question. Laura did. So he's already there. The relationship will continue, is what I'm hearing. Okay? Do you understand?
How do you feel about it?
What
I'm very confused about that.
all I know is that the relationship will be figured out over time, and by virtue of that, it means he must have feelings for you. I just want to allow you to mull over that portion of your answer today, and we'll leave the rest for another time. I don't think you need to know that, because I think it's evident by the answer that he does care about you. So I'm going to leave you with that, my dear, and I'm going to go to another caller before the show ends. Thank you so much, honey. Thanks. Yeah. Okay, bye-bye. Alrighty, I'm going to go to another person who's waiting for a life reading, and that would be, whoops-a-daisy. Whoa, we had a whole hang up there. Woo, the whole keyboard shook. Cindy, and then I will go to Susie. Hello, Cindy. How are you doing today?
I'm good, Laura. How are you?
I'm doing fantastically well. And so what can I do for you?
I was wondering if you can tune into a property that I'm going to look at as a possibility of a place to rent. It needs some work done to the fencing, and if that's the right place for me for my horses, there's no place to live on it. I still have to find a separate residence, but I was wondering if that's the right place I should move to at this time with my for my horses, or is there something else that's going to open up?
Alrighty, and so give me a number of the address. The number of, just like if it's a street number or something like that. Give me the numbers around the address.
I think it's 536.
All right.
From the paper.
We'll use 536. It does.
Sorry, it's 593.
593. Okay, so I'm just going to go to that number, and I'm going to ask Spirit to give me the answer. Is that the right place for her and her horses? Okay, safety is an issue. I hear safety. Hold on, Cindy, 352. The address 593. Will it suffice for her and her horses? Yes or no? Yes, it's going to be a good place for you. Don't worry about it so much. It's not going to be that expensive to maintain. The fence problem can be repaired fairly easily. It's not going to be expensive. It feels like it's a good place, locally suited to you, not too far away from where you need to be. The locale works and the location works, and the people near you will be kind to you. These seem to be things that are elements they're giving me, Spirit's giving me about your decision-making criteria. And the hole in the fence, or the issue with the fence, seems to be something that will be repaired, and it will not take a lot of your resources. It almost feels like the prior owner or the person who owns the property. I don't know if you're renting yet because I didn't ask Spirit, but it's going to be taken care of for you. So don't worry about it. I think everything's going to be just fine, honey. I also hear
Finding how to approach.
Let me just finish that one sentence, honey. Safety is important for you, and this is for you and the horses, and this is a safe location. Now go ahead and ask what you were going to ask.
Okay. I was going to ask if I'll be able to find a residence close by to that location.
Yeah,
because there's not housing on the property.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, they said already locale is good for you. So that means that it's going to be close to where you can live. That's what that means, love.
Okay.
Okay, so don't worry about that. Everything's going to be fine. It's a very good location. Everything is situated properly for you there. And also, I like the fact the community is supportive of you. You'll find people around that are very helpful, which must have been an element before. So that's going to be very, very good for you as well. Okay, sweetie?
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to Susie, who is waiting for a life question. Go ahead, honey, and just give me your question, love.
Hello, Laura dear.
Hi, sweetie.
My question is, I've seen someone out recently, and just wanted to see, and I wrote to him from a website, and I want to see if I'll be hearing from him. His name is Steve.
All right, let me go to Steve for Susie. Will she be hearing from him soon? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Steve is a good guy. He likes you very much from whatever he knows about you. He will be calling you or texting you or contacting you soon. I don't know why they say calling and texting already when you said you just emailed him, but maybe you gave him your number already. I don't really know, but it looks like it's going to move to that at the very least, and that you will be communicating with him further. On the side of other things going on, because it will be a little bit of a back and forth between him and some other people for a while before you actually decide or settle into something. But yes, the answer is yes about Steve, and that I hear delighted. He likes you very much.
Very good. He very much resembles the man that I'm just crazy about.
Yes.
So, and you know who that is?
Yes. I think also you have something. Yeah. You have something in common with Steve, which not only the fact that he looks like somebody you know, but also I feel that he is an animal lover, and dogs in particular. So you might have used that as, maybe it was evident already for you, or maybe you're going to discover it, but I feel that that's another thing that's going to solidify your connection to this person.
Yes, that is a very major thing. Some people say, oh, they like dogs, but they not crazy about having. When the bottom line is they're not crazy about having the amount of dogs that I have. So that would be a plus.
All right. Well, let's see what happens, honey. But I get a yes.
Dear.
Thank you, love. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, if you're listening, you can hire me for a one-on-one session, and you can obtain a discount if you use Radio Show in the event code field. Simply go to booklaura.com to book your private session with me, and you will obtain a discount by using Radio Show in the event code field. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today, and I look forward to doing this all over again Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Have a great day, everybody. Thank you for calling in and listening. Bye-bye.
90 seconds. Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.